There's no point in paying a monthly fee for a link in bio when you can build your own with a single prompt completely free. I'm going to show you how to use an easy AI tool to help you take care of some of the process and tech work that comes with being a creator, so you can spend more time being creative and save some money that you can then waste on more video and audio gear. I have an example of the link in bio page that I use here, and you can see it has the kind of LinkTree format with the hero image, title, a name, tagline, different social links, and the links below are all live links as well. And these all came from that single prompt that I entered to build this out. And here's another version I have working on my Instagram page where you can see the hosted link in bio link right at the top. If I click on it, it goes into the page that I built. This is a different version. All the stuff that LinkTree does for however much a month, but you could have your own custom version for free. As I'm sure a lot of you have noticed, there's a lot of AI tools popping up that promise to help with building applications and different processes. There's a lot of noise out there, but there's some really good stuff that's coming out. Maybe you've heard of Claude Code or OpenAI's Codex, and those are basically agentic software development tools that will allow you to build entire applications. They still require some technical ability, so it's a bit of an overkill for something like a link in bio page like we want. But there's other tools that are simpler that you can use to build right in the browser and then deploy your own version to a link that you can then paste into your bio. So one of these AI tools is called V0, and it uses a lot of the same LLMs on the back end, but it's kind of focused on front-end applications and UI building. It's really kind of a streamlined, less technical workflow if you want to just start building right away. So here we are at the chat interface for a brand new project. If you go to v0.app, it'll direct you to this basically. I already have an account that I logged in and created, but check the description for the link, and then it's pretty easy to just sign up for an account. You don't have to enter a credit card or anything. It's completely free. You get like a certain amount of credits every month with just the free plan. So yeah, that's plenty enough to build out this page, and then you'll be able to publish it when you're done to a unique URL that you can then copy and paste into your link in bio. All right, so here we have the prompt that I used to build this out. And as always, the key to a good prompt is a good plan, a good specification. So you want to be concise, you want to be clear, and use context to give the LLM the right direction and understanding of how to build something. So here's the basic general prompt, and I have blanks here for what you would want to enter in, and I'll have this put up on my GitHub as a gist so you can copy this and try it out yourself. And then here is the example I used for my specific link in bio with all the different links that I have and the name and tagline and stuff. So basically the general direction, which is, as you can see, the entire prompt is pretty short, right? But I used context to make sure that, the LLM, the AI understands what we're building, and then it's able to have a lot more knowledge of that and infer what needs to go there. The opening description of it is build a link in bio page in the standard format that we can use for social media bio. So right away already there's a ton of information that the LLM can use to infer that, because it knows what LinkedIn is. It knows what the format is for all this. So I don't have to describe all that all over again. I go on to say the page will be very similar to LinkTree. So fill in the blanks and other link in bio products. And then we'll deploy and host it on Vercel, which is part of V0. So that's it's all part of the same process. I'll show you in a second. The structure of the page should be as follows. And this is basically just an outline description of how we want the page to look and what will go in each piece of the page. So the layout, we want a header image, name, Michael Meinhardt, tagline, creativity and technology, social links row, which is that little row that goes beneath here, as you can see. We got newsletter, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, X, LinkedIn, and I have all the links pasted in here. In the other prompt, those will be blank in the template, but here I have all the links for my social assets. And then the main link section, which is the actual link in bio section, we have the text that we want there and the link. So you could take this template and fill this in with whatever you want, right? So basically between these quotes, you would make that whatever you want, like check out my Etsy shop, go to my GitHub page, see my resume, my portfolio, whatever it is. But these are just the examples I use for this build. And then in my actual live one, it's a lot simpler. But for this example, I use join the newsletter, and then I have the link there. Second, text entry. So each one of these is an entry in the link in bio. The second one, I have listened to the new album, and I link that to my band Socionic on Bandcamp. See us on tour, bands in town, check out our merch. So I kind of use my band as an example to have just more links than my actual one. But yeah, if we go and check those out, you can see that these link to the pages as we'd expect. And again, this is all from that single prompt that I entered. And then to finish out the prompt here, I just described the style, like the design, how we want it to look. The style of the page should be as follows. We want a dark theme, light text on dark background, deep dark navy background color with slight gradient. You can actually, put as much as you wanted in here. If you wanted different styles, like different colors, or even different fonts, you can try entering that in here and it will build it out. Additionally, I wanted some intro animation. So like when the page loads, I want like the links to cascade down. So it has like a nice intro. So we just describe that, just one line there. It's going to know what that is. And then as an additional mention, we just want the page to be responsive and operate across various screen sizes. So technically it'll work on a desktop, as you see here, like more of a desktop view, but also on, a phone browser. So if we look at this whole prompt, the majority of it is just the list and content, but it's a pretty simple prompt, but it's concise, it's clear, and it gives the context that we need to know to make sure to build, a clear link in bio page. So pretty easy stuff. Now let's go ahead and take that prompt and go into a new chat and start building. Cool. So we're back at the new prompt kind of landing page for Vercel. It's just an empty chat here. So I'm going to go ahead and take that prompt. I'll use my already filled out version. And again, you can grab this off my GitHub. And then going to paste this in. So for the image, since there's no file system or whatever, we just have to upload the image that I want for that header. So I can just grab that from my local file system and then drag and drop it in there. There's actually a bunch of other options for images. You can generate them or other stuff, but you could even pass a link if you wanted or a URL, but it's easiest just to drop it in here. Cool. So I have my pasted prompt and my image in there. And just to recap, like in the header image prompt layout, I was referring to an attached image, so it knows it's in there. Now we have like a little model selector on here. You can choose the different models, and with the free account here, you get, depending on the model, you get a certain amount of credit. So it defaults to Pro, which is actually Claude Sonnet, a really good LLM for coding. It's what a lot of coders use. It's what I use as a coder. And that's going to be plenty good for this type of a page. Mini is cheaper, but we don't need so many tokens to build this. Max is Claude Opus, which is the best model from Anthropic, but we don't need that for this. Opus Fast is another advanced model, so we don't need that. So we'll just leave it at Pro, which is basically Sonnet, and we'll go ahead and submit this and let it get building. Cool. So it's taking and analyzing the prompt that I sent it and doing its LLM AI thinking stuff to prove to us that it's working. And then it's going to go ahead and start building out the page. So while you're doing this, you can go get some more coffee or refill your tea or start another project. So AI productivity for the win. I love how they have the cool little graphics to make us assured of even more progress happening. I mean, it's just the little things, We can see the progress here in the chat bar of like the steps that it's going through. Overall, this only takes a couple minutes, and as part of it, it's setting up like the server instance and the environment and everything too. So it takes a little bit longer, but overall it's really fast. Cool. So it's done building, and you can see it rendered it right here in the browser in the same page. And this is almost exactly like the last one I built. So even with that more simple, shorter prompt, it was very concise, very direct, and we gave the LLM, the AI coding agent, exactly what we wanted, and it built this out, right? So we have our header image, our name, title, tagline, social links. Like, it built everything out exactly as we'd expect. And if we click on the links, it's going to go right to the social profiles that we expect. Boom, it's already all wired up. And the build process itself took like 2.5 minutes. Writing the prompt took a little bit longer, but not much. It's pretty straightforward. You can just copy and paste it. And yeah, all wired up already. So now after this, we'll go ahead and publish this to the web so that we can have a URL to put in our link in bio and send us to this cool new page that we built. In order to do that, we go in the upper right-hand corner here, you have publish. And there's a lot of different options you can do here. You can customize your own domain and go through all this other process, but you actually don't need to. We can just get a link that's published on Vercel and use that, or we can go through that other process, but that's kind of a different story. So if we go ahead and just push this publish to production button down here, it'll go ahead and then start initializing a build to send it out to a public link. We can set some other options here again. I think, yeah, with the free plan, you're gonna have to have like the V0 little tag on it. But there are, if you wanted to go premium, it's $20 a month. Vercel, I use this a lot because it's easy and a good platform to like spin up different app ideas and publish them. And it takes care of a lot of the system management that you would have to do otherwise. But again, we can just leave that on there for now, the branding, and get our link. It'll still look cool. So the building and deploy process is going to take another minute or two, but once that's done, we'll have our link and then we can put that right in our page. All right, cool. So it is done building. We got the ready, and now we can click visit site, and boom, we have our own completely custom link in bio page, completely free, no monthly subscriptions, no extra cost. It took us less than 10 minutes to build. So now I can take this URL that it gave me, and this is hosted on Vercel's domain, but this is your URL. It's not going to change. Copy and paste it into my link in bio on Instagram, YouTube, wherever. And then when you click on that, you're going to get this page. So it's really that easy. And yeah, why would you pay a monthly fee when you can just build something this quick? V0 is capable of building all kinds of different stuff. You could also do this in Claude Code or Codex, but that's a little more in-depth process. If that's something someone wants to see, then go ahead and drop a comment. Maybe I can do a video for that later. But yeah, there's a lot more you can do with those as well. So something worth mentioning that I actually didn't run into this time is like there might be some errors that happen on the first build, and you'll see like an error console pop up in the render area here. You can actually just take those errors and just paste them in the chat and ask it to fix it for you, which it'll go ahead and analyze and then fix it. It's really easy. The other thing that you can do is, now that we have our build and we already published it, which is great, but I can actually go in here and then make further edits. So we can ask it to change the background color to red and update the links to say, read the newsletter, hear the album, read my book, and then update the link to be like Goodreads, whatever. And we can also maybe remove TikTok from social, and then I can send this in the chat and it will go ahead, analyze my input, and then make changes. So the brilliance of LLMs is they're based on English language. So we're basically coding with chat, right? We can make any kind of update that you want here, and it'll make an update to your actual link in bio. So then when this is ready, we can republish it and update it on all the links where we have it. So we'll have the latest version on our bio pages. Now, in order to see it, we're probably going to have to refresh the page because it's already rendered. So you can just go up here like any browser and hit the refresh button and refresh the page. And boom, we have our updated version with a grotesque and angry red background. We changed the links to read the newsletter, hear the album, read my book at Goodreads. I don't know if this link is, yeah, the link actually is at Goodreads. So boom, see, it kind of understands our intention even if we're not clear. So there you go. Now if I publish this, I can go to publish changes and it'll go ahead and redeploy the whole thing, and then that link that we already have will be the same link. Once this is done with the build process, it will be updated anywhere we pasted it. So then you can go back in here and then make any kind of changes that you want. It's like your own living application that you can change as much as you want and just use English language to do so. Cool. So now after we've finished publishing the updated version, we can now visit the site, and boom, this is our updated version. Personally, I would go back with the original version, but hey, whatever floats your boat. Cool. So there you go. 10 minutes. We built our own custom LinkTree alternative where you don't have to pay a monthly subscription for a list of links. We can customize it and update it any way we want. You could extend this to also build like a landing page or a portfolio page and do the same way, get different links for different pages and then update them. You can go a lot deeper, as I said, with, subscribing or having a pro tier on this, but also with Claude Code or Codex, like it's endless what you can build with those tools. So yeah, I'll probably be creating some more videos about that stuff in the future to help artists and creators build technical workflow tools to help their process and the business side of things and enable us to create more. So yeah, again, you can get the prompt template for this in my bio, and I'll hopefully be doing some more videos like this in the future.